Hello, my friends. Good evening, good afternoon, whenever you are, excuse me, listening to this. Welcome to the Truth Tribe. This is a recorded call because as you all know, I'm traveling today and I didn't want to leave you hanging on the holiday week. So here I am. I'm Dawn Thompson and thank you for being here. Remember that you are all perfect right where you are in this now moment. There is nothing wrong with you. And I love you very much. Now, on that note, loving you, we're going to talk about that because of the theme that we're going to talk about for the new year. Okay, what is the theme for 2023? The theme for 2023 and me. Like, how does it affect me? That's what we want to know. So that's what we're going to talk about. So a truth share for my holidays. It's Christmas week and it is time for socializing and cheer. And you all know that. And so yet, we have gone through this profound transformation on basically through the last 2 to 3 years, okay, of community. And it's clear right now that what's coming up, many are seeking their tribes of truth over tradition. We did have a deep dive discussion over tradition and how to change that last week and creating new ones that empower you, right, instead of drain you. And so what I wanted to finish this week off with was, what is the theme for 2023 and me? And it's important because that's why I wanted to record this call and not have you guys miss a call. Because this is going to be your countdown for the next 2 weeks and into 2023. It's going to keep going, right? But it's not as if only January 1, 2023, that's when this all starts, right? But because you can feel it already, setting you moving into that path of truth. You already know you've been there. You've all been experiencing it. You've all been on that path. And so the new year coming up in the next 2 weeks, that's where we're at. We have 2 weeks till the new year. It will be the year of truth, my friends. And truth, the truth is going to come up, whether it's truth you like, whether it's truth you dislike, whether it's simply truth that you need to support your decisions to simply move on to an expanded version of yourself. Okay. The theme supports a mantra that I want you to master for the new year. All right. Old me is old news in 2023. Hear yourself say it. Old me. It's the old you. There's so much of you we want to bring with us and you cannot do it. Energetically, your bodies are feeling it. And so I want you to keep remembering this. Old me, tap it in just like we do our thymus, right? And feel it into your chest. Old me is old news in 2023. I am courage, I am love, I am truth. And get so deep ingrained and used to being there. Because a lot of you are feeling this old me is old news, right? But you can feel it because our body is literally like a rag and it's squeezing out those last drops. So you may be feeling, I was feeling nauseous, anxiety out of the blue, things that didn't make sense. I'm not sleeping. I'm up at 3, I'm up at 2, I'm up at 4, and I'm not tired. You can see I'm wired. I feel good. And so go with it. Don't take arguments and people and where they're at personal because they're feeling it too. This energy is super intense. Okay. But I want you guys to understand this has never been more clear from the astrology, from the planets, from my guides, from my soul. But we know now, right? What do we know about this? We know. How do we know this? We know this because it's being downloaded and your bodies can feel it. And when you engage from this point forward, whether you're a loner, whether you're very social, whether you tiptoe in and you tiptoe out, right? When you engage in a group and social settings from this point forward, remember, it's your truth, not theirs to follow. So if you're go with your truth, but you don't need to lay it on everybody and they need to change for you. Stay light and love, okay? How do you know what truths to engage in? Like when you're showing up for these things and what just to allow and to move on, right? That's kind of what people are asking me, like, gosh, I don't know what to do if I'm in this situation and what happens. It's time to beginning. We've talked about this so many times. I know this, okay, but I'm bringing it up because it's unavoidable in the future, and especially what we're pushing into. So it's time to begin using your heart instead of your head to determine if what you're interacting with is truth. right? To determine if something is or isn't truth. Heart truth, you guys, feels like a strong, stable, unmovable lighthouse of energy. Your head truth, right? Your head truth feels like it's going to access your ego, which lives in a loop, right? It lives in this loop of programmed energy that is old news, and it accesses unwanted experiences from your past. So the theme of 2023 is your heart truth. That's the theme of 2022 is old news, and the theme of 2023 is heart truth. Okay, so ask your heart, how solid and unmovable is this truth coming at me for me? Is it an argument? Is it stuff that's been going on forever and it's like you don't want it anymore? It's not strong, it's not stable, it doesn't lift you up. That's how you know. Or does this make me feel discomfort, sad, disconnected, or attached to a specific result that I want and I know it'll never change? If so, it's your head talking and it's unclear. It's not sure what to do. So it's always, when you are unsure what the decision is, you're unsure how to fix it, it's always a no. And it's a signal to tap back into your heart. Okay? Literally, if you're getting into something or you're overwhelmed, you're having anxiety, you're like I said, you're feeling nauseous. I wasn't sick. I was just nauseous. I wasn't hungry. Literally go to the bathroom at a party, family gathering, right? Your community social, church social, whatever it is. And go to the bathroom, wherever you are, another room, tap your heart 3 times. Old me is old news in 2023. I am courage. I am love. I am truth. 3 times. And keep doing it if you have to, or just rub it. Nobody knows. Do it in your head. Okay. This heart thymus stimulation is strong enough to shift you out of the anxiety moment you're in. But you have to stay on it. Given the new Aquarian energy that keeps getting stronger and stronger every day, there is no egocentric backward flow of looping into programmed thinking in the future. And it's going to ask you to choose now, like you want now or later. You want to be in the now moment of who you want to be, or do you want to go back to later news, old news? So it's up to you to choose your timing, right? Do I want to be in the now, or do I want to be in a later moment of time? So the season is intended right now to celebrate various spiritual traditions. That's what we're in. We're in this religious, holy, God source energy time. That's what it's always been known for, right? And so with this Aquarian wave of energy, you're going to find that adapting your beliefs to a simplified, not these old traditions that always don't work, even in your religious spiritual traditions. Some of them just don't work. So when you take you adapt your beliefs and they're simplified to heart space, right? Of your will and intention to simplify it down to your heart space and change your alignment with your reality. It's going to change your relationships reality as well. Okay. My girls laugh all the time when we bring it up, but they had no rules growing up except for love, kindness, and compassion. And these rules they seem funny, like, oh, how do they apply for a 5-year-old? That makes sense, right? But they are profound if you start thinking about how to apply them in your everyday world and your new spiritual warrior world. I'm taking you guys, like I said, we've been in spiritual and emotional poverty for so long, and rules and restrictions and boxes. Now I'm going to take you into my girls' world, okay? 3 words. They seem so simple, like I said, for a 5-year-old, but profound when you apply them to your entire life as an adult or a child. So think of love. Love is seeing all people all people want love, but many, right? Many are programmed to unhealthy love instead, and they don't understand healthy love, be love anyway. Kindness, right, is seeing others in distress when they make an unwanted choice. Kindness says, it's okay. Everyone makes choices that aren't always for growth, right? You can choose a new one to make right now for yourself. That's what your mind is. It's okay. You can make a new one right now. Kindness is delivering a loving gesture right now. It doesn't mean you have to keep being kind and you have to enable and you have to fix. No, it's just being right now in this moment. It's present moment kindness. And then compassion. Instead of empathy, and you all know I teach this, when you feel their pain and then your ego wants to take over and fix it and remove it, that's empathy. Compassion says, I understand you are in pain, right? I understand it. I've been there before, and I believe in you to overcome it. I believe you are a warrior. Simply believing in people, you guys, is instead so powerful, because instead of judging and fixing, believing in people is the lighthouse move that you are all seeking for 2023 and on. Okay. I will elaborate more on all of this next week when we're live, as it is the day after Christmas. We're going to meet again, by the way, on the 26th. And yes, we will be live. May not be a long one, whether people show up or not, but I will go live and kind of, remind you guys of this stuff, only because a few days later, Mercury retrograde will officially kick in. And I want to remind you of that. So if these words, you got to think through this: love, kindness, and compassion, and old me is old news in 2023. These words are going to radiate heart frequency. And when you do that, the power and the light is what the universe is pulling you towards then. All those energies, you're aligned with that energy, right? So saying, I believe in you, I believe as well myself. I personally believe in all of you to live your most badass light. The most badass light, you guys, with love and kindness and compassion as we continue to live in truth for the new year. It will not be negotiated. And I'm asking you to open your minds when you walk into any environment. Be the observer, be love, kindness, and compassion. Quick planetary update so you know what's happening. Y'all knew last week, Wednesday, it was the winter, it was the 1212 portal opening to the 1221 porthole. The portal is opening and it's set. So it'll close up. It's not closing, but it's just kind of the timeline of when it's super powerful right now. Setting you in endings of imbalance, which again is this closure with Mercury retrograde. This is closure of all this stuff happening. So it's the portal of completion. And it's the best time to release all these finished lessons that the old me is old news. The planets are assisting this habitual, traditional repetition with Saturn and Uranus. Remember, they're square. And remember, Saturn is all the old rules, all the traditions, the hierarchy, the top-down systems, the top-down structures of corporations, of families, of friendships in your mind that are repeating unwanted habits. They're going to possibly surface, and they're only surfacing to release. Then you got Uranus in that square. It's going to start pulling apart as we move forward in these days. That rules freedom. It rules community. It rules breaking rules, mavericks, future, revolution, science, space. So the galactic, remember, and off-world beings, those of you who are afraid of aliens are already here, right? They're going to appear more and more in the coming years. So pushing us into next week, Friday. This Friday coming up is December 23rd, and there is a new moon in Capricorn right after Wednesday, right? 2 days later, after the solstice, the winter solstice on Wednesday, December 21st. It's a big week. So this new moon is called supermoon. Why? Because this new moon is closer to Earth, making it very bright in the sky, bringing a lot of light in 1 degree of Capricorn, meaning a lot of light to new meaning, new beginnings, and new beginnings that you're planning for the new year, for the long term. So be crystal clear what you want the universe to know. 5 planets, you guys, are going to be sitting in Capricorn. So it's all about manifesting and building for the long term. Okay. What does your heart want? I know what my heart wants. I have a whole vision board going on. Okay. In addition, we are in, and I'm warning you, I'm handing the warnings out. So please, this is where the arguments, miscommunications, we are in the shadow phase, which means the dark, week and a half-ish before Mercury retrograde starts. So I'm just preparing you guys. We're in the shadow phase of Mercury retrograde for 12 days, starting on the 29th. Okay. I will discuss it also live next week, but you may be feeling it already. I've noticed some people are feeling it, not so much in the communication argument realm, but they're just like, whoa, like verbal vomiting stuff that they just didn't know was sitting there in them. All right. It's not a negative. It's just that we have to be careful that when we do it, we have to pull back and go, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It's not about you. We have to kind of own it. So it's going to be prepping you for others irritating you, or you being the irritant and holding your truth, okay? To keep you in this long term, like, is this love, kindness, and compassion company I desire, or is this love, kindness, and compassion I want to exude out of my light so that I can be in new levels of community, tribes, and experiences, okay? Don't fall for the arguments. Don't fall for people baiting you. Say nothing and then let it pass until you have more clarity in the few weeks to come. I promise they will. Okay. So in a nutshell, the galaxy, the planets, the world is moving from old traditions, okay, to new expanded groups that bring you joy and freedom and dissolving boxes of restriction and repetition. And so in a nutshell, everything is about to change for the better. Okay, this is the biggest level up that the global collective, the earth, has ever experienced in its entirety of its beginning. Okay, so many are going to be dealing with emotions that you are not comfortable dealing with because Capricorn energy wants to take action. They're the doers. And as the doer and the fixer of the zodiac, the CEO of the zodiac, and it doesn't like dealing with. So instead of feeling, it wants to fix. And that's not what this energy is going to come up with moon energy, instead of teaching you how to feel and integrate heart into truth. Okay, integrating truth back into your heart. What does it mean? All these planets in Cap are the galaxy's action. So the galaxy is taking action to get you to deal with emotions that you've finally said, you're right, I learned my lesson, I don't want that anymore, in order to discover who you really are. So the reason these emotions are coming up is because it is absolutely vitally important for this new theme of 2023. Old me is old news in 2023, because it's important to discover the real you in your heart and not in your head. Okay, so remember, old me is old news in 2023. Tap it in. And I am courage, I am love, I am truth. Your challenge for the next week: respond to every experience and person with love, kindness, and compassion, not just for them, but also for you. Okay, so I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. If you're not celebrating Christmas, a happy holiday, or just brightest blessings for all of you on this week. Remember, you don't have to be angry and Scroogey, even though I can go there with you. Remember to eat what you want, love what you want, enjoy what your heart asks for, and don't put some rules on you. Don't put traditions, just live in your heart. Remember, next week, we will reconvene on the 26th. As usual, check your emails and your emails reminding you that Truth Tribe is live again. If you want to replay any of these, go to your Truth Tribe dashboard. If you are not a member, tap on ideserveitnow.com, tap on Truth Tribe member, or Truth Tribe on steroids member, which is the Warrior Pass at the top. If you are already a member, you don't need those. You just tap Truth member, a member dashboard, and you tap on the dashboard, and it opens to all of your dashboards, the ones that you are logged into as a membership. Okay, but you can only replay them on the member dashboard. If you're not a member, log in. Also, you're going to see an update for chapter 7 coming. Actually, I think it might even be chapter 8 coming in your Warrior Pass. Those of you who are Warrior Pass, the new chapter's out, as well as new courses on my website. Go see the events tab, ideserveitnow.com, tap on events, tap on the page, sign up, get a Warrior Pass, get the Conscious Creator Coaching, get on that fast because it is small group. I'm only letting in for private coaching, as well as the IDI Academy 1-day live. If you have not done live work with me, you will have me live for a day. Renewing relationships and parenting with the Zodiac is coming soon. So many goodies coming, you guys. So get in first, get in fast. These are good stocking stuffers. Purchase it, print it, and stick it in someone's stocking and have them join you for one of the upcoming New Year's trainings and events and retreats and seminars. So excited. Good stuff coming into the new year. I love you all. If you have any questions, just feel free to tap the little envelope on my website, reach out with an email. And if you have any questions, I'll send it right back. I love you all. Thank you for joining me. Brightest blessings. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon. Take care.